it's story time. So I am going to be sharing a very interesting story in this video. Stay tuned. It's a story that my mom told me while I was very little, and then I enjoyed every bit of it, and I still remember everything because this story is just very sweet. It's too sweet. Please ignore the background noise, okay? Just focus on my story. Okay, so there had been, there's this man that got married to okay, I need to reverse my story. I'm not going to tell you this particular one, so let me move to another one. If you want to hear this one that I wanted to, to talk about now, just wait for my next upload. I'm going to tell you about a king that got married to two wives. Okay, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be sharing, the story of tortoise. So first off, before I start telling the story, you know that tortoise is a very wise animal. Yes, he's the wisest of them all. Very wise and brave. Okay, so there was this woman that had prepared in Igbo language they call it achicha. Please, if you know what achicha is, indicate in the comment section and then tell us the English word for achicha, or in the English name for achicha. So a woman had prepared achicha. She was preparing achicha. Okay, it's a food. It's a food in Africa. It's one of the native food in Nigeria specifically. Okay, so she was preparing it, and Toti's mom had sent him to go get fire from the neighborhood, okay, from the neighborhood. And this woman happened to be very close to them. She happened to be very close to their house because if you remember olden days, we used to go to our neighbor's house to get fire. When you don't have fire in your house, you want to cook food and you want to make fire, you can easily go to your neighbor to either collect matches, lighter, or you get charcoal that is already filled, is already lightened, okay, from this local stove. And then tortoise went to visit this went to get fire from this woman's house, and he noticed that this woman was preparing achicha, and achicha happened to be one of the favorite meal of tortoise, and not just him, so many people liked achicha in that village, and tortoise loved achicha too. And then the woman, when you are cooking food, right, and you want to, we call it checking of salt, okay, checking of salt, that's what we call it, in my place during that time. So when you are cooking and then you want to turn that achicha, you would have to bring some, put in the plate and then start eating. They had given tortoise, they invited him. When he arrived there, actually the woman had finished cooking, and then she wanted to actually check the salt in the food. She wanted to check if the salt is okay, if the food is tasty and all that. So that was when tortoise arrived, and then she invited tortoise to eat. Tortoise was like, no, I'm okay. Don't bother. I'm all right. Thank you. So no, the woman was like, no, come. She kept on persuading tortoise, and then out of shyness, tortoise was reluctantly, as if, oh, I don't want to, but oh, because you have invited me, I'll just have to eat. So tortoise went and then ate. He tasted the achicha, and then voila, this woman happened to be the best cook of the year. He was so longing for more of this particular achicha. It was tasty, salt okay, pepper okay, everything so yummy. And then, do you know what tortoise did? Tortoise carried the fire and then started going. When he reached it at the middle of the road, before he got to his house, he threw that one by the corner, by the bush side, and then went back to the woman's house again, telling the woman, lying to the woman, that this fire had already it actually quenched before he got home. So the woman was like, oh, no problem, you can just take another one. So while he was taking that second one, he had started citing where the woman he overheard the woman telling her children that she is taking this achicha to a nearby village where her friend gave birth, and then she's taking this achicha to them for the daughter's naming ceremony. So immediately Tortoise heard that, he became so happy. Oh, what was his plan? He has said to himself that he's going to follow this woman to wherever she's going to, especially for the fact that he even knows the nearby village. Okay, the village name is Amekubi. It's a very close village. It's not too far from their main village where Tortoise was. So he said he was going to follow the woman. Tortoise had forgotten that the mother sent him to go get fire so they can cook food. Do you know what he did? He just followed. He gradually carried that fire again for the second time, and then he pretended as if he was going home, but nobody knew that he was not going home. He went alongside to that village area, the road leading to the village. He went there and hid there. He hid there. So Tortoise went to the nearby junction leading to the village of Amekubi, and then he hid in the bush waiting for the woman to pass by. So about 10 minutes later, this woman had prepared, and then she carried a cooler of this achicha on her head, heading to Amekubi, and gradually Tortoise followed her at the back. Tortoise followed her from the back. Gradually, whenever the woman walk and then notice that somebody is following her, she will stop. Okay, she will just stop and then look back. And Tortoise being very, very, very brave and intelligent, he always he always run away. The woman, he always has a way of hiding from the woman. The woman didn't know that anybody was following her. So this woman started going. She walked until she got to the house of her friend who gave birth to a baby girl. And then what happened? Tortoise sighted the place, and then he now hid. This woman, immediately she arrived at that compound, she was welcomed by the people there. And then due to the happiness that she arrived, what they did? They had to like, okay, say, oh, let's drop this achicha. Okay, they have this thing called akpata that they use palm tree to prepare. If you are really a village person, you would know what I'm saying. She had this, they had it outside, and they decided to put the cooler of achicha outside. Do you know what? Immediately they put the food outside, they went inside and then started making certain merriment, welcoming the woman and all that. You know what happened? They were inside discussing, watching TV and doing all that, playing some local music, entertaining themselves before they could eat achicha, and drink palm wine. So before they got to that, Tortoise had bravely gotten to the akpata where they dropped the achicha. He opened the cooler, and started eating. He ate because while eating, he entered inside the cooler. Okay, he entered inside the cooler was a little bit big. He entered and started eating. So what, while he finished eating, he could not come outside. So the cooler, he tried to come outside, and then the cover of the cooler covered him. And that was what happened. That was it. He couldn't come outside. Now listen, you're going to listen to my next episode, okay? Because this video is too long. I don't want it to be too long. I will continue the next episode. Bye for now.